Hey, Shalom, Shalom. It's your brother Ratza Allah from GMS London Camp. First and foremost, want to give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rekach Kodash, double honors to the apostles and elders of the great millstone, and blessings to the hopeful and sincere elect. Just a quick one, man, in regards to, this filth that's been going on lately, regarding the Olympics ceremony, and all these, shields that, Esau uses of our people, the wicked amongst our people, the two-thirds, celebrities and sports and entertainers that he uses to promote this lascivious, lewd behavior throughout Babylon the Great and America, the four winds of the earth, because France and America in league with the same system, the one part of the same beast system, 7 heads and 10 horns, so they're promoting all this lasciviousness through that filthy fornication. And you got guys like this, Snoop Dogg, the wicked amongst our people, man, and he's promoting that Baphometism, androgynous behavior, as you can see here, where he's wearing the Olympic tracksuit, and then he's promoting that goat head that he said that in a recent video that he just got it because he's the GOAT, the greatest of all time. Thinking that people are stupid. Well, people are stupid, but thinking that we the real the insiders being us, of the Hebrew Israelites, fighting the wicked on the left hand side, with being the wicked elite, Ephesians 6:12, as it tells you, wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities and spiritual wickedness in high places, roughly paraphrasing, because that's who he represents, his father the devil, and this is who is promoting Baphomet, that androgynous demon. And I've got a still here, even close up a brother put up earlier. And this is the goat heads, and it's obviously a demonic symbol, a talisman, if you want to call it, or just a symbol of wickedness, man. Baphometism and straight up witchcraft, man, because that's what he represents. He's a sorcerer, a warlock, and the scriptures tell you about endorsing sorcerers and warlocks and witches and enchanters and so on and so forth. They're supposed to be put to death, especially among our people. They're supposed to be put to death. So this guy is enabling this wickedness, justifying all that transphobia or transhumanism that they're doing over there, promoting in the Transformers and all those alphabet people that they're promoting over there in Paris right now for the Olympics, making mockery of Christianity. But that just shows you that religion, Christianity, is not of Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai. That's of man, because they're worshipping the so-called white, Christ, which is not the the true image and depiction of our Lord and Savior Yahweh Shai, who they ignorantly call JC or Christ. That's not what he looks like according to the scriptures. So that shows you that Christianity is nothing but a pagan, false religion made up by the Roman Catholic Church, and that's why, one of the filthy frogs in Revelations, the 16th chapter, represents who? The false prophet, which represents the RCC, the Roman Catholic Church, man. That's why they chose to make mockery of that whole religion in that ceremony of the Last Supper, because that's a false image of the Lord anyway, and the 12 disciples. The Lord didn't look like a so-called European, white hair, blonde hair, blue eyes, and all of that. White, so-called white, with blonde hair and blue eyes, and the disciples didn't look like that. They were men of color, according to the scriptures, man. Jeremiah 14:2, Revelations, the 1st chapter, around the 30th to 13th verse, tells you the depiction of our true Lord and Savior Yahweh Shai. He was a dark-skinned man with white woolly hair, and a white woolly beard. So, this demon here, Snoop Dogg, is just one of the, cretins of our people that's promoting this wicked ass behavior. But this is why the two-thirds are going to be put out of their misery, man. They're going to be destroyed, because they're promoting all these false idols, man. This is nothing but idol worship, so they're going to be destroyed. And that's not what the scriptures say in Jeremiah, for among my people are found wicked men. But this is just a quick one on the fact that the perverse of our people, the ones that sold out, the sold out for that consolation prize, they're going to be held accountable in these last days, man. They're going to lose their fortune and fame on this side, because the Lord said the first shall be last and the last shall be first, and they're going to be destroyed, man. So all that shit that they're doing right now, all that endorsing of this alphabetism and all that's short lived, because this place is temporal, man. This place is going to be destroyed very soon by way of nuclear fire, nuclear fire, and the chariots when the Lord comes with the angels. So this is First Timothy 6, and I'll start from verse 7. It says, "For we brought nothing into this world, and it is certain we can carry nothing out." And that's right, man. You was born alone, came out your mother's womb on your dolo solo, and that's how you're gonna go out in this world, man. You're not gonna take anything with you. You know, all your riches and your fortunes and your merchandise and your material wealth is not gonna go with you when you die, man. You're just gonna go back into the dirt which you was made from, and your soul's gonna go back to the heavens, which goes back to the Father of spirits. Ecclesiastes the 12th chapter tells you. You know, it says that and having food and raiment, let us be there with content. And that's not a lot of our people, man. They ain't happy with just being content and having their daily bread. They want to get rich and die while trying. You know, like the mantra of 50 Cent, get rich or die trying. You know, Jake want to live that fast life, man. They don't think about the long term. They think about the short term benefits, and they want everything now. You know, everything that's in their in their vicinity. They want it now. You know, they want that microwave. Accomplishments basically, and they're willing to sell out for it as well. Amongst our people, especially the Jake, sports and entertainment. Majority of our people are sold out, man. They compromise themselves, compromise their integrity to get fortune and fame on this side, because they lust after they envy the prosperity of the wicked, basically. They lust after the things that Esau has, but this is his kingdom, man. And he got it by doing wickedness, and he's gonna die and lose everything by by way of violence. That represents him as being a rich man. And Lazarus in Luke the 16th chapter, the rich man's gonna lose everything on this side, because this is his kingdom right now. But in the kingdom to come, he's gonna be in torments, man. Like it tells you in that whole parable, he's gonna be in slavery underneath the poor man, which represents the 12 tribes of Israel, starting with the elect. So Esau's, his fun and games is going to come to an end very soon, man. It's going to be the beginning of his sorrows when he gets into the kingdom of the Lord. It says, "But they that will be rich fall into temptation and the snare, and into many foolish and hurtful lusts, which drown men into destruction and perdition." And that's what this guy's doing, man. He's been part of that snare, because he's sold out from a long time ago, even before, that so-called attempted murder case that he had, where he made that murder was the case that they gave me son and all that. Before then, he even sold out, man. He was compromised from then. That was the early 90s and all of that. Jake been selling out for a long time, man. They're all part of those boule, fraternities and all that. The black Freemasons, if you want to call it, the boule group and all that. The beauty bandits, the black beauty bandits, that's what he's part of, man. So he's been sold out, man. So he's been compromised for a long time, and he's going to be destroyed very soon, because of what he's promoting as well. Straight up wickedness, man. And not even recently, one of his family members, I think his son, just passed away, and that could have been, straight up ritual sacrifice. Who knows, man? Because these people just be, offering their own people for, for the drop of a dime, to stay relevant in society, man. So who knows if that was his son was an actual sacrifice. They do pass their children onto the fire to Molech. That's in the scriptures, man. So the Jake's wicked as all hell. That's basically what I'm trying to say. So these celebrities especially, they're going to be put to death in these last days in grievous manners. It says for 10, it says for the love of money is the root of all evil. Yeah, for the love of money, you're willing to compromise yourself and promote all this Baphometism and wickedness to your own people, to children, to indoctrinate them to be, a bunch of freaks, man. A bunch of gremlins and freaks. Not knowing the difference between men and women anymore, and amalgamating both genders together and creating some Frankenstein genders and all that madness. But that's what they're promoting over there in Paris through the Olympics, man. That pantheon of gods of witchcraft, and he's a part of that. And that shows you that Jake was definitely back then in ancient Greece during the Hellenistic period, because this is the same thing that they was doing during the time of Antiochus Epiphanes. They was in the gymnos, which is the gym, which means to be naked. They was partaking in sports and entertainment back then, gladiatorial sports and so on and so forth. So that shows you that was Jake back then in the Hellenistic period, the Antiochians, under Antiochus Epiphanes, man, that sold out and basically stopped circumcising themselves and so on and so forth. Forsook the laws and commandments of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua to follow the ways of the heathen. So these Jakes are going to be destroyed, man. These same wicked niggas are back here today. Snoop Dogg was definitely one of them. He's basically presenting himself as a full-on Greek, a westernized Jake. Says for the love of money is the root of all evil. It says which while some coveted after, they have erred from the faith. It says and pierced themselves through with many sorrows. Yeah, especially through their buttocks, man. They're getting pierced in their damn butthole for these crumbs that they're getting from the so-called white man. To act like they're living the good life, so to speak. But as I said, that's all temporal, man. That's all temporal. So anyway, next precept, Proverbs 30, and I'll start from verse 7. It says, 2 things have I required of thee, deny me them not before I die. It says, remove far from me vanity, which this whole society is all about vanity. Even King Solomon said that, man. Everything under the sun is vanity of vanities, man. It says, remove far from me vanity and lies. It says, give me neither poverty nor riches. Feed me with food convenient for me. Yeah, our daily bread. Not too little, not too much, man. That's why you have to be temperate in all things, man. You have to be balanced, especially in this truth. How you deal and how you move around in society, so to speak. You can't be desiring the wealth of this world, because to be wealthy in this world, you have to be outright wicked. You have to do some type of wickedness and skullduggery, man. You have to compromise your integrity in your soul, to become rich and wealthy in the society. So it's not worth it, man, because it's all short-lived anyway. And as I said, Jake think about the temporary. They don't think about the long term, which the long term is focusing on the kingdom of heaven, laying up your treasures in heaven, where rust and moth doth not corrupt. But Jake want to lay up their treasures on earth, where moth and rust doth corrupt, and people come in and steal. That's why a lot of these celebrities, their Hollywood homes and all that, they end up getting robbed. Sometimes get held up for gunpoint and all that. And they get robbed for their riches and their watches and jewelry and so on and so forth, because all this shit is short-lived, man. And that's that corruptible crown. We want that incorruptible crown going into the kingdom of heaven, where moth and rust doth not corrupt, but we earn it honestly, earned it honestly through Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, doing His will, man, which is doing this work, this labor of love. So these niggas in the world, man, they're gonna get a rude awakening in these last days, man. They think they're gonna be held back from the destruction, but the Lord said they're gonna be caught up in it. And actually, let me get that one precept, and then I'll read back Matthews and 19, and then close out. This is Jeremiah. Is it 28 and 18? If I'm not mistaken. There's Isaiah 28 and 18. That covenant of death, basically. Yeah, probably Isaiah 28 and 18 then. Made that covenant with death and think they're going to be held back from the destruction that's coming. They're going to be sadly mistaken, man. So I'll read from verse 15. It says Judah is wounded in the head, and then this guy Snoop Dogg, he could be a Judite. I'm not sure which particular tribe he's from, but he could be from the Southern Kingdom, because of the way his outer appearance looks. But this is Isaiah 28 and 15. It says, because ye have said, we have made a covenant with death. And that's what they have. They've done, man. They made that Faustian bargain with the devil to compromise themselves and their integrity for short, crumbs and Happy Meal toys that the Esau, the so-called white man, gave them to enjoy on this side, man. But Book of Luke says, woe unto you that be rich, because you shall mourn and cry, man, basically, in these last days. It says, because ye have said, we have made a covenant with death, and with hell are we at agreement. So what's hell talking about? Hell's talking about this place on earth right now, man. This low level, low life, scum of a place that we're living right now is hell on earth, man. And that's who these devils or these jakes, these two thirdites have made agreement with the so-called white man on earth, to serve him in wickedness. It says, when the overflowing scourge shall pass through, it shall not come unto us. And that proves that the overflowing scourge is not talking about no pit underneath the earth, in middle earth, or under underworld as they call it, where Hades dwells and all that. That's all fables, as the word goes into the Greek word mythos, where you get the word myth. That's a myth, man. Hell and the overflowing scourges represents the nuclear fire that's going to touch America, Babylon the Great, and burn the whole land asunder, man, in these last days. Just as the Lord Yahweh Shai returns to deliver his elect. It says it shall not come unto us. So they think because they sold out to the devil that they're not going to be destroyed in these last days when the overflowing scourge comes, that nuclear fire. It says, for we have made lies our refuge, and under falsehoods have we hid ourselves. This is exactly what this guy's done. He's made lies his refuge, and under falsehoods he's hid himself, worshipping the damn devil and promoting all that mad behavior, to our people, and saying, this change is just a representation that he's the greatest of all time regarding the rap industry and all that, when damn well that's not what that represents. That represents witchcraft and Satanism. That's exactly what that represents, man. That represents the masters who he serves. So he's a straight up liar. He made lies his refuge, so that makes sense. He's following the father of lies. Verse 18, it says, and your covenant with death shall be disannulled. Yeah, that Faustian bargain that you made with the devil, how many years ago you did it, whatever type of rituals you did and sold out to do it, that's going to be, it's going to come back to bite you in the arse, man. That's not going to deliver you in these last days. You're still going to get hit by the nuclear fire. It says, and your agreement with hell shall not stand. It says, when the overflowing scourge shall pass through, it says, then ye shall be trodden down by it. Yes, so when the nuclear fire comes, the overflowing scourge of fire, you're going to get burnt up in it. Especially when these devils introduce the mark of the beast, which is the RFID hip, which a lot of these celebs are going to endorse and promote, just like they did with the whole CV serpent's poison, man. You had Snoop Dogg and all these different celebs, when they was telling people to take the stab and jab, they was out there promoting it, man, doing all kinds of adverts and songs about it, so on and so forth. So they're going to do the same thing in promotion, PR, for the MOT to the B when it comes out, just like how they're promoting this wickedness in the Olympics, man, because they're a bunch of shills. They have to do the bidding of their father, the devil, man. They've been hired to do a particular job, and the guys are nothing but lesser luminaries, man, lesser witches and warlocks, man, and sorcerers, man, hidden in plain sight. So, they're going to be destroyed, man. When that overflowing scourge comes through, they're going to get wiped out. So the last precept, anyway, back in Matthew 19 and 23, regarding the rich man, how it's hard for a rich man to enter the kingdom of heaven. And this is the words of Yahweh Shai himself. This is what he said. This is Matthew 19 and 23. It says, then said Yahweh Shai unto his disciples, verily I say unto you, that a rich man shall hardly enter into the kingdom of heaven. Yeah, it's very hard, man, because these guys worship their material wealth, everything that they have on this side. They're basically in the spirit of Lot's wife, man. They ain't willing to give it up to serve the Lord, like the elect are. Verse 24, it says, and again I say unto you, it is easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to enter into the kingdom of heaven. Yeah, the kingdom of the Most High, Salakia. Yeah, and that's exactly what it is, because these guys have compromised their integrity and sold out. Like I told you, what should a man gain if he should sell his whole soul? It's not worth it, basically. But for these niggas, it's all going to be short-lived. It's all temporal, man. That's why the Lord said in Luke, the 6th chapter, man, woe to you that are rich now, but you shall mourn and weep. So he's smiling and laughing now, but his last days on this earth is going to be turmoil, and straight grievous judgments, man, from Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, and anyone else that follows his mantra. Like your guy Dwayne Wade, now he wants to open a nail polish company and all that, promoting nail polish to men. So the Lord's going to destroy these niggas, man. These niggas need to be put out of their misery. That's why the Lord said they're revolted and gone. The 2/3 can't be redeemed, man. They have to, they have to feel that burn, man, that fire for real, and they will. So anyway, with that, I'm going to close out. Give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Bar Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Bar Hashem, Rachak Kodash, and Shalom to the hopeful and sincere elect.